So earlier this week, I posted a video talking about how this is the worst DLC park in Skate 3. And I still stand by that, but it's my opinion. People have opinions. Your opinions, you've obviously addressed them in my comments. Some of you think that this is the best park. This is great for realistic players, and you know, if that's your opinion, then okay. But just because I say it's the worst in my opinion does not necessarily mean it's bad. It just means it's the worst compared to the other DLC maps. Now a lot of you were talking about how this is a real spot or whatever, like you're trying to get me there, but I really don't care if it's a real spot. I was judging based on the content, not really just because it's a real spot. I mean, my backyard is a real spot, but there's nothing in it, and if it was put in the game, it would be terrible. But you know, it's a real spot, so it must be good. However, I will say that this is an okay street section, but you know, other than the street section, everything feels pretty empty. And I'm not a big fan of transition. So I mean, really the street section is all that I have. And some of you even basically called me a poser just because I'm not a big fan of this map, which I could really care less. I've addressed that in another video. You guys can call me whatever you want to. I could really care less. You guys must be new here is all I have to say. So I was trying to think of a way to show you guys exactly where I'm coming from. So in today's video, what I think we'll do is compare all the DLC maps together. And we're going to start off with the art gallery. And of course, I'm not going to be showing off every part of every DLC map because I feel like that would probably take a while just to show every single spot off. But I'm going to give you guys a general idea. And we're starting off with the art gallery. This is part of the San Van Party Pack. I believe it was $7. I could be wrong. But in the San Van Party Pack, you get the art gallery. And this is based off the classic Skate 1 map, you know, the art gallery, also next to LL Regs, I do believe it's called. And it's so unique. This is such a good spot. I do believe that this is probably one of the best DLC maps, just in terms of content. I mean, if it didn't have content, of course, it wouldn't be good. But this is actually a great map. I mean, just in this one little section alone, you just have so much to work with. You got a lot of stairs, you got a lot of transition, just a lot of stuff to work with and be original. And once you get down this section right here, you can pretty much just work with whatever flow that you want to do. You can pretty much go any way you want to, except for, you know, up the steps that way. And that's another key thing, is the flow. And this little section down here has a lot of flow. And like I said, there's just so much to work with. And obviously it's not empty at all. I mean, the emptiest part is probably in the street where it should be empty. But there's just a ton of stuff surrounding the street, so that doesn't even matter. It doesn't give that big empty feeling. And even if you do not like this section, you can go across the street beside of LL Regs. Like I said, I do believe it's called that, LL Regs. You can go across the street and you can go behind LL Regs, and there's just a little skate park back here. And even the skate park doesn't feel empty. You can even the skate park has flow to it, which it should. Has nice flow back here, but it is a very small section. But it doesn't matter if it's small or not, because you have all of this out here. And then if you come down a little bit farther, you can go behind the whole building of LL Regs, and you have the basketball court. You have a lot of transition back here. Let me just skate up here. But once you get here, there's basically transition everywhere and a lot more street stuff. So you got your stairs, you got your ledges, and you have all the transition. I mean, look. You have a nice, nice park right there. A nice park in a blinding white color. And I think there's also a blinding brownish color too. So you have the transition that you need here. And is there some more out there? Yeah, there is some more out there as well. And it doesn't all look the same. I mean, you have even different rails right here and everything. There's just so much to work with, even in this section. So you got the art gallery section, and then you have this section back here, and they're both really nice and they both offer a lot to work with. Honestly, just looking at this makes me want to skate on it right now. But we got to continue the tour. This video is not about skating. Well, sort of is, but we're trying to show off this DLC, and this is only $7. So I mean, for this is definitely worth $7. I feel like you're getting quite a bit for your money. I feel like the emptiest parts will probably be around the boundaries, but the thing about this park is you can go past the boundaries. I don't think I've ever been past this before. I want to try to get up there and get past this just real quick, just for the video. Hey, okay, it finally worked that time. Now, I've never been back here, so I have no idea what to see back here. So, and another thing, you can go past the boundaries, which gives you other stuff to skate and to explore. Yeah, and there's nothing down here. There's a stair set. Whoa, what? See that fancy footwork? Oh man, and there's also some really black stair sets here. I wonder if I can get that double set. Man, I just want to skate. I just want to do some skating. This is nice. This is a nice little section right here. And it's out of bounds, so I mean, it is what it is. Okay, let's try to get the double set. The black double set. Oh, yeah, easy. Easy, my dudes. Too bad that's all that's down here, but I mean, it's out of bounds, so you can't really expect much. Let's go back up to the top. But it doesn't end there because you can go past the borders. And I think a lot of people know this. Probably everybody knows this by now. So let's go ahead and jump past the borders. And that will give you like even more content on this map. So let's just jump over the border. And look at that. Simple as that. Now let's just keep walking. Just keep walking up the street. That's probably the worst part about crossing the border is like, you just have to keep walking up the street until you start finding stuff. But you know, there's still a lot of stuff on the street to work with. It's mainly just like a hill bomb from here. But you could probably set up a marker right here and just mess around if you want to. But that's the point. There's a lot of variety. There's a lot of different stuff you can work with. And if you keep walking up the street, you have some more stair sets. You got plenty of other stuff to work with here. Keep going across and you have another bowl down there. So, or a pool. There's more transition. Go up here. More transition, and there's also some more stair sets down there. There's stair sets across over there. You just got so much to work with this DLC. I cannot stress that enough. I'm not even going to be able to cover this whole DLC because there's just so much here. And that's why I believe it's worth the $7 for this. This is probably the best DLC content-wise in terms of street. And I guess transition too. This is probably the best DLC content-wise. You even have the mini mega. Isn't that what it's called? The mini mega? I can't remember what it's called in Skate 1. But you have it. So you can play with that too if you want to. And then you can just bomb from there and just hit all kinds of things on the side of the street. So even the out of bounds is fun to skate. And that's not even all for the San Van Party Pack, because with the art gallery map, you also get the Zim Plaza map, which, you know, you can skate it at its full, but you can also skate it as the empty park and you can build onto it because it's the park editor park. But, you know, when you fill it up with stuff, it's even a nice park to mess with on here. And so I'm not really going to cover the Zim Plaza. If you guys want to see that, you can, but I mean, there's even 2 levels to it. You get a top level and then you get this bottom level right here. You can see there's some stuff to skate up there at the top level. So yeah, a lot to work with the San Van Party Pack. Once again, worth the $7. But we must move on. And the next location will be Danny Way's Hawaiian Dream. And I think Danny Way's Hawaiian Dream is also $7, if I remember correctly. Don't rely on me for the correct prices, but I do believe it's like $7. I think it's the same thing as the San Van Party Pack. And what I really like the most about Danny Way's Hawaiian DLC is just the color scheme. It seems more brighter and more colorful than other areas in the Skate 3 universe. It really has that paradise look to it. And this is where you start off at. And you know, there's plenty of stairs here. A little street. It's just warming you up for the big stuff. So we'll just do some little street stuff, and I didn't even clear that. Then once you get down to the bottom, you have some more transition. And then you have some big transition, boy. Yep, there you go. Then you can go across. You can just ride up that and go across, and there's even more transition. Because why wouldn't there be transition? It's Danny Way's, and you have a huge transition park. I mean, there's not really a lot of street stuff back here. I don't think there's any street stuff back here at all. I really don't come back here much because I'm not a transition person, but it's here. And this also feels really unique. And once again, got to make it feel like a paradise. Looks lovely. Look how bright it is. Okay. And then you have the street section down here. Say you don't like a lot of mega stuff like this. And say you don't like a lot of transition. Well, you have a street course. And this street course actually has pretty good flow. You got your stair sets, you got your ledges, and you know, there's just a lot to work with back here. You got your gaps. Just, it feels really unique. You could just mess around and flow however you want pretty much. And it's not crazy overscaled or anything. This is a good size. You know, if you want to do realistic, this is a good size. Or even if you're playing on easy, it's still a good size. It feels very nice here. And then coming back to the beginning of the map, you can actually take a right instead of like going down there with the mega ramp and stuff. You can come over here and you can go up this long, winding trail until you get to the top, and then you have the big stuff. And right now you might be thinking, Toasty, I don't care. All right, why are you explaining all this? I already know what all this stuff is. Well, see, I already know what all this stuff is too. I thought maybe everybody who played this game probably knows about all this stuff, but you know, that's what confuses me, because when I say something is the worst DLC park, I mean, I want people to understand where I'm coming from and what I'm comparing it to. I'm comparing it to DLCs like this. And let's gap up. And okay. And it takes you straight back to the transition area. And then you can just circle back around and do it all over again. I mean, of course, you're going to have to walk up that long trail, but you can do it all over again. And you don't even have to go the way I went. You can take the other way. We can just go straight down. And there's also another little section down here. So let's just clear this. We'll just ride over it. Not trying to do anything crazy today, guys. Go around here. Oh, sketchy. Well, I'll still be able to make it though. No, I won't be able to make it, but it doesn't matter. We don't need to make that gap anyways. Well, maybe I did, but you'll land over here and you know, you got some more transition here, and then you can go through the tube and it brings you right back out at the big transition place again. I do believe a lot of transition. Transition. Toasty, please stop saying transition over and over again. Come up with some better words, my dude. But because this park is so unique and you have so much to work with and you can come at it from all different sides, there's something here for everybody. I do believe that this is also worth the $7 or whatever price it was that I paid for it. Now this is the Black Box Distribution Park. I do believe it's like $3, which, you know, is pretty cheap, but you know, it depends on how you want to spend your money. But this is $3, and what you see right now is pretty much what you get. And I think this is probably my favorite DLC park in terms of realistic skating, because everything is really compact. There's not any like big open areas or anything. It's just a skate park, an indoor skate park, and it has really nice flow, so you can just pretty much cruise around the park as much as you want. And I really like just the way it looks. You got all the skateboard logos around. Wow, good job, Toasty. You got all the skateboard logos around, and you know, there's marks on the wall where people have been doing wall rides and stuff. It's just really nice. And you have the stair set in the middle, and you can pretty much hit this park from all angles if you want to. In my opinion, for whenever I feel like doing some realistic skating, this is my favorite DLC map. Just because, you know, it is realistic. It is what it is. It doesn't try to be something it's not. It's just a small little park. You also have these challenges here, which I'm not too worried about, but it does offer you challenges. I also like this little mini ramp. Now, you can't get too much height off of it, or you'll just go over the side of it. So you really have to work with it, but it is a mini ramp. So I really like how the nose stalls look on this. Like, it just goes back in and staying fakey. Let's see if we can do I want to do a fakey heel to tail stall, just to see what it would look like. Nice. Okay, fakey heel to tail stall. Nice. That looked really nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely the tail stalls and the nose stalls look really nice. And then I'm going to launch out because I got too much air. All right. So what you see is what you get. This is a good park. I do believe it's $3. Like I said, in my opinion, I believe it's worth $3 because, you know, this is the park that I want to go to for realistic stuff and for good flow. Now let's move on to our last park, which is the Maloof Money Cup 2010 NYC. Now this park costs $5, and what you see is what you get. I did a video on it. This is pretty much a response video to my last video, or the comments for my last video. And what you see is what you get. I did skate it a little bit at the beginning, so you got to see that. Now, there is flow to it. But once you get up here, the flow is pretty much over. I mean, you could do a manual across this little center section right here to keep it going. And then you can hop onto one of these rails or whatever. But if you're wanting to skate all the way down here, there's a lot of empty section. So you could, I mean, you could do some flat grounds just to add to your line. And then you can hop down here, do your little grinds. And, you know, I'm obviously sucking at those today. And then it seems a little more empty. Then you can grind this. And then more emptiness. And then you can keep riding. Now, if you guys enjoy this park, I'm not knocking you for enjoying this park. You can enjoy it if you want to. At least there's a park here for you guys that enjoy this. And once again, like I said in my last video, at the end of my last video, it's an okay park, but it feels empty. I'm not judging it based on if it's a real spot or not. I'm judging it on the amount of content compared to the other DLC maps. Now, in terms of content and price, I do believe that this is the worst map out of all the DLC maps. Now, one could argue that, you know, you're paying $3 for the black box and it doesn't have nearly as much content as this one does. I would fare to disagree with that because, I mean, you do have the street park here, and that's really the best part about this whole map is the street park, in my opinion. Maybe some of you like transition and, you know, you like the transition the best. And even though the black box is obviously a lot smaller than this, it's also at a cheaper price. And I do feel like you have more variety in a compact space instead of, you know, just stairs, rails. Because you could basically just take one section of this park and do the same thing as you would on the other section. Basically, you know, there's a little differences here and there, or are there? Are there any differences? Okay, yeah, you have a straight ledge right there, and over there you have a curved ledge. Okay, and as we see in my last video, there is a lot of empty space for this. I mean, you have the street section, but past the street section, there's a lot of empty space. There are borders there, and you can't hop over the borders like you can in the Art Gallery DLC. So there's really nothing past the borders, just black and grass pretty much. But once you make it past the street section, it's pretty much all empty. You got these really small mini bowls. You got the earth bowl back there, which, you know, it's a nice little bowl. It is what it is. It's a bowl. And there's also some ledges out there at the earth bowl. There's also some ledges over there on the left, but it's basically just benches. And then you have this section over here, which, you know, it looks nice, but I mean, there's not much to work with here. I mean, you could do stuff on it. Don't get me wrong. You could do different tricks and different grinds and stuff, but, you know, not much variety on this side either. And when you go inside, it's nothing but transition. Just a lot of transition. It says spot found. I just did a video here. Stop telling me there's a spot found. But it's just a lot of transition. Now, you do have these little ledges up here you can mess around with. That guy's doing a little hand plant. And then you have a stair set and a rail down there and some ledges. So it's not just transition, but it's mostly transition in this spot. Now, if I was to choose a real spot to be recreated or be remade in Skate 3, it'd be something, you know, like El Toro or Carlsbad. Just put them both together. Put like a bunch of street spots together. Or make just one big school section with those legendary spots all combined into one. And even have like a transition section if that's what you want to do, so everybody has something. I just feel like they had a lot more to choose from instead of this spot. Like I said, doesn't mean it's bad, no. But I don't feel like it compares to the other DLC parks, especially for the amount of content you get. I can't stress that enough. And once again, the black box distribution park is to be debated. Maybe you feel like this offers more than the black box does, but the black box, I just like the black box better. I mean, that's just how it is. But anyways, guys, let me know what your favorite DLCs are in the comments below. Just make a list. 1 to, what, is there 5 DLC parks? Let me know which one is your favorite and make a list out of them. I don't care. From best to worst. Let me know in the comments below. Was I wrong? It's my opinion. You can't tell me I'm wrong. I can't tell you you're wrong for liking the park though. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that bell so you actually get notified when I upload. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.